For this part of the assignment, after making your apartment 208, like this, just the model, okay, you can stop by and get cardstock, the pieces of cardstock that will make this from Dylan. And there are videos showing how this goes together. So all of that is on Canvas. The PDFs that you can print out, you can print those out, but if you can stop by and get from Dylan in the scene shop, he will have this all printed on cardstock, so you're able to cut this out. Okay, there are videos, there's 3 or 4 of them, all in the modules, and you can go through that, and that will show you how you put this together. I would allow about 4 to 8 hours of time for you to make this the first time you make a little white model, and then after that, it will get exponentially faster. But really don't put this off to the end. Now, this is pretty generic, but it shows that walls are walls until you fill them with things that help with the visual storytelling. So looking at the next image, this will give you examples of what you should bring into class, not this coming Friday, but the following Friday. Something like this. This would be a sentence, and everyone will be emailed or sent through Canvas a sentence. This case, history was made in this room. So you can see how they took apartment 208 and they added brick, like just printed out brick and put it on here. And then it's like they're creating some sort of like, it looks like, like doing some sort of deal, like a Watergate kind of scandal or something. There's like a dresser, there's chairs, there's a desk. All these things right here are printed onto a piece of cardstock labeled furniture sheet. And there are videos showing how to make these things, okay? All right, let's take a look at another one. Here's another one. How long has this apartment been sealed? You can see this is pretty minimal. Just a couch. Again, that couch is on the sheet of cardstock, and chair, and then just some detritus. And there is a person here, okay? I will go over what you really should have. There is a list on the Canvas of the requirements, but I'll make sure I also reiterate it. Okay, next one. Oh, Sammy knew how to keep the joint packed. You can see this particular student, that's actually on the sheet of furniture. But then the other stuff they kind of just built on their own, which is totally fine. And then they drew these different people, okay? And then they put, all different kind of decor. One of the things you notice is everything is in black, white, and gray tones. For this project, please keep it black, white, and gray. There's a number of reasons. One, the most important is you can see the design as a machine better if it's black and white, and we're wondering about blocking, and we're wondering about what the things are. The minute you get into color, it can be very distracting, especially to a director, okay? When I generally first show things, I try to avoid color, because what you'll do is have a meeting, and you want to make sure that this is the overall idea is good, and instead you go down this rabbit hole because you use red curtains. And the whole discussion is about red and red and red. So I think thinking of things in just a pure sculptural way for this project is a good start. I think we have at least one more. Oh, yeah. Responding to this Craigslist ad. So you get the idea in this Craigslist ad. Again, very dark, okay? You do want to cast your people and really think of what the costumes might be. The best way to do it is just find a photograph image, cut them out, okay? Here, it looks like we have this killer with like a camera. The lovely girl is showing to pick up a TV, and maybe not the best idea. You can see they have like a light bulb hanging simply from on a batten, like we talked about, the little pieces of wood with a string or a brass rod. Again, I'm really regretting this response. That could be anything. It could be showing up and it could be a broken motorcycle. It could be showing up in something you can't get out of here. You're going to interpret what these things are. You're all going to use apartment 208, but you're just going to interpret what that interior looks like. Really think about what it could be, okay? All right, and that's it. There'll be, I think, one more video where I go in a little bit of the mechanics of where everything is in Canvas and the requirements for this project.